Hi there, my name is Renata and I am part of the customer success team here at Optidata. Today I'm going to be showing you how Optiwork works. So as you guys can see, we have a tool that has everything a company needs in a single place. From a social feed to Drive, chats, papers, mails, projects, your Kanban ones, even your calls, everything is organized here. Let's start talking about the drive. Here on the drive, you can see we organize it by company folders. We try to make organization our process, and you can do that in your company as well. You can see that each department has their own folder, and we have different members to each one of these. So this means that I can add different people to different folders with also different types of permissions. So here I have edit, manage, view only, and also we can add people by group. So if I have many people in the customer success that I don't want to be editing the permissions one by one, I can just add an entire group and edit it once. Now, we usually do this when we start a base, so we're gonna choose one single user to be the super admin and to organize all of this, so don't worry, you will be choosing who sees what. Now, moving on, let's enter one of these folders and check how it's showing up. Now we have two types of views. I prefer the blocks one. Some people prefer the list. No problem. Let's go here in accounts and check some of the things you can add. You can go from folders, documents, presentations, spreadsheets, your usually day-to-day types of files. Let's open this one that says customer to check how the sheets work. Here you can see it's a very clean interface. You have all the options you are used to, and you can do all the types of formulas and even charts if you need everything here. Now, talking about the presentation, we also have here a very corporate way of organizing all your presentations with charts and tables. I added some of them so you could see some of the options we have. Now moving on to the docs, I believe you guys all know that this is just a text editing tool, so you have all the usual options for changing letterings and headings and inserting drawings, changing layouts, etc. Now, let's talk about some of the options we have within the platform about versions. So, if you want to know, or maybe you want to see somebody change a document, you can come here in the history and see all the changes that were done, who did them, and when they were done. And here in the actions, we have three options: restore a content to this version, view this version, or even to download it in your machine. If I click in restore, I'm going to have two options: to overwrite or to create a new file. I'm going to do this as a test and submit. Now I have a copy of this document from an older version here on my folder. Another important thing we have is the audit. So if there are many people working in the same folder, sometimes you need to know who altered what, who shared the link, who is being able to see it or not, and everything is going to be showing up here on the audit. Yeah, so from who's seeing it, who shared links, when they viewed it, everything is here. Now, let's see some of the other options. We also have the option to share. So, if you decide to share it, you have two options. One, to share with people within your company, so you can choose a couple of them and change their permissions. Some people can manage, some people can edit. Or if you prefer, you can also share this with an external link. So if you need to share a business proposal, this is perfect, because then you can set up how long this document is going to be available for the person, what kind of permission they have, if you allow a download or not, if you're going to protect it with a password or not. Copy the link, save it, and it's done. As you can see, when we save a sharing settings, it shows a small icon in orange to indicate that it's being shared. Now, if I don't want it to be shared anymore, I can come here again and press here on the bottom, stop sharing. And then it's done. The link is broken. None of the people that were able to see it can now see it. Yeah. Now, when I share something, it's going to show up here in a different tab called Shared by Me. So everything I have shared with my coworkers or even with external people is going to show up here. And when they share things with me in folders I usually don't have access, it's going to show up here. Now, moving on, let's talk about deleting things. Now, if I come here and I decide to delete this copy we just did, let's do that. It's going to disappear and come here to this tab called deleted items. So if I need to see this document again, I have that option, and I also have the option to restore it, to delete it permanently, or even to open in the containing folder. So this is the original folder where this deleted item was. Now, if I want to see it straight on the original folder, I can come here, open it up, and change the view settings to show deleted items. Everything that was deleted here is going to show up in an orange writing, so I know that it's not here anymore. And then I can restore it as I wish and go back working. Yeah? So here it is, restored. Now, the other options, they're pretty much what you are used to. So viewing, downloading, renaming it, moving it, copying, all that jazz. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite features, that is the AI integrated with the Drive. Here, I use a lot in the customer success team, so I think it's great. Let's create a message to a happy customer. Now, let's set here in 3 phrases so we don't have a too long of a text. Now, I'm going to ask it to create this, and if I don't like what it's creating, I can just come here and ask it to redo it, to reload, and then it's going to give me a different answer. Now, I love this message, it's completely great. Let's create this file. It's going to be saved in a note format, as you guys can see. So I can edit it and send it to a customer. Now, we also have the option of doing this with images. Let's create an image here. The last time I created a bunny, let's do a cat eating lasagna. I like cats. So let's go. Again, if you are creating it here, you can use it for special dates, like asking it to create Mother Day's cards or, holiday warnings. You can ask it to do everything here. And it has the same options you usually have. You can ask here to reload and give you a different image, but I think I like it. I'm gonna be saving it. And done. We have our cat eating a lasagna image saved in our folder. Yeah? Now, other tabs we have is the favorite one. So if I come here and decide I'm going to use this image soon, I save it. If you want to do this in list, is even easier because you can just come here and press the little star, come here on the favorites, and here it's going to be everything I have favorited recently. And then here we have the recents, and this is all we have in the Drive section. Let's go to the chat. Now, talking about the chat, we have the option to talk with everybody we have in our company with just one click. And you can archive messages, you can pin conversations, you can mute notifications, all the usual options we have. We can also create groups. As you can see, this is one. I'm going to create another one. We can choose the people according to your needs. You can create a group like marketing, strategy, and save it. And that's it. Done. You can start talking with your team. Now here we also have the option of sharing documents or even sharing documents straight from the Drive. So if I want to share that very cute little cat, I can come here and send it with no difficulties. And that's it. Now everybody has it. We also have the archived folder, as you can see. We also can summarize unread messages. As you could see, I have here Roberta talking to me that I didn't open. And if you have way too many messages, this is a great tool. It's going to show you what the person talked, even if it's 10, 20 messages, and you can decide to open the chat through here or not. Now, another interesting thing we have is we have the floating options. So if I want to check my drive while I am in the chat, so I can see where the folder is, where the document I need to send is, I can do it using this floating screen. Now, moving on, let's talk about the feed. The feed is a very sociable way of sharing information. So you can create different categories according to what you need and go putting all types of informations, notices, or even sending Happy Mother's Day if you wish. As you can see, people can like it and comment, and people can interact with each other. It's a very easy place to work with. Now, to create a new category, you're going to choose an emoji, create a name for it, and choose the people that are going to be here, and also set the types of permissions. Now, moving on, let's talk about the calls, right? So if you decide to have a meeting, this is a very easy way to create a meeting. You can come here in Instant, and it's going to open a new tab, and you're going to be able to join it immediately. Now you can come here, copy this link, send it to everybody that should be in it, and then you can see we have all the types of options you would usually have for audio, for video, for sharing your screen, for having a little chat, for sending some emojis, seeing who's participating, and the whatnots. Now moving on, you can create a meeting for later. You can come here and copy this and share with the group in the chat if you like, or even create a permanent link where, for example, we have happy hours every Friday, so we already have a link that takes us to the place we usually do that. Or if you have a Monday meeting, you can just come here and create this link. Everybody will know which link they should be in. Now, our call is completely integrated with our calendar. So if you decide to create a new event here, you're going to see that it already comes with a call integrated. You can choose things from your drive. Let's create here a new test. And you can choose participants from your own company, or you can add people from the outside by using their email. When you use their email, you have the guest options, and then you can remove them, the usual stuff. Saved, that's it, we have a new event. We also have the shared agenda. So if I want certain people to see certain events, I can just come here, change the event calendar, add it to people from marketing now, and then it's going to change to the color I set up and to the people I set up here. As you can see, to create one, you add the name, choose a color, and choose the people within your company you want to have that. And then you can see some of these or not at the same time. Yeah? Now let's keep going and talk about how we document processes. Here on the papers, you can document everything you have been doing and everything you think a new person should be seeing. As you can see, I have here SDR first steps and also client prospection. And you can see that I didn't write this. I am not from the sales team. But what I did is I put here a little question and asked it, the AI, to create a text. So I have all these steps that I'm not really familiar with, but apparently SDR first steps. We also have some CS documentations, proposal templates, everything done with the AI to show you how it works. Now moving on, we're going to talk about the projects. Here on the projects, we have a Kanban option. Here you're gonna see that you can create your cards, adding all types of functionalities, text, tables, checklists, even codes if you would like. We have all the history of it, setting assignees, people that are going to be responsible for these tasks, the tags, the due dates. You're going to have a progress bar, and also you can time track your actions. As you can see, these two cards are being worked on. So if I come here, I can see that the time tracking has been working since they started in this task. But if I want to stop it, I just stop it and then it stops blinking, as you can see. Now, moving on, we are going to talk about our email. So talking about the email, let me show you how this works. So here, as you can see, it's a very simple interface. You can see that you can read your emails. You can check the ones that are on red. It's a very minimalistic corporate way and very safe to share all your information. Something I want to be showing here that is not exactly email related is that if you're writing a new message and you start having doubts, we also have a floating AI conversation. So how do I politely say I can't help? Now I come here, I'm going to have this floating thing. I can keep writing my text and then, oh yeah, I think this is a good thing, copy paste and go keep on working. So it's a very nice feature we have integrated with AI. So yeah, I believe that's all in the platform. I hope you like this overview, and if you have any questions, please leave in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.